Welcome to Empower Today. We're thinking about the Sabbath again, that 24-hour period where God tells us to rest and stop the work that we do. And this week we've been thinking about how we're included in God's family if we observe the Sabbath. You've been coming, Nicola. This is Nicola, by the way. She's not done the Empower Today for. How long have you been at Tonbridge Baptist Church?
Just over 4 years.
4 years. It seems like a lifetime since we had that coffee
Just
in the high street, actually. And so you looked around all the churches, did you, when you came to Tonbridge?
did, yeah.
You had a coffee at that one and biscuit at that one.
Yeah. I mean, I saw some people I knew, and I was invited back to someone's house after one church.
Really?
Yeah.
And you still chose us over the
Yeah,
invite back
I
church.
did.
So what you're saying then really is that TBC is the best church in Tonbridge, yeah?
I don't know.
No, of course not, because we're not the best church in Tonbridge. In fact, we are part of the church of Tonbridge, and there's some things that we do really well, if I can say that humbly, and there's other areas where we're not as strong. And the brilliance of the churches is that they all do different things together, so that hopefully no one is excluded from knowing about God. What did it say about the Sabbath and that including people?
Yeah, so in Isaiah, he throws the door open and he says, anyone who obeys the Sabbath, who puts aside this day as a day to allow God to show them that he is the one in control, and we work from that place of rest, from his running our activity rather than us running, doing our activity. And he throws open the door and says, anyone who obeys that Sabbath, who lives life differently, who from that lives a life of peace and justice and compassion and mercy, is welcomed into the community.
And that's quite a change up, isn't it, from Deuteronomy, where Deuteronomy was, if you're a eunuch, you can't be included. I think it's to the 10th generation, which is harsh. No, you can't have generations if you're a eunuch, can you? It was the others, it was the foreigners. So the foreigners, they said they can't be included apart from two groups, and they were the
Edomites
and the Egyptians. They could be included. So this Isaiah passage blows the doors off that. And then Jesus comes and blows the doors off
even
again.
more, so that we are included. I mean, you and I can be included. Anyone can be included if we say yes to that salvation that Jesus offers freely to us.
Yeah, because he said in the Sabbath is made for people, not people for the Sabbath. But it's still good to observe Sabbath, isn't it? What did you say you were going to do? Maybe you're pondering.
Yeah, so I've just been pondering as we've done this sermon series what I'm going to do to make my Sabbath feel different to the rest of the week, because I think it's become a little bit accidental at the end of the week. I'm tired, it's almost it happens, falls into my lap rather than me thinking what I'm going to do about it. And so I've been wondering about going for a walk with Jesus every Sunday, just me and him for half an hour. I've not done that routinely, so I think maybe that's something I'll do. What about you?
I like that idea, because the walk with Jesus, some people might say, do you know like a man called Jesus and you're going to go for a walk with him?
No.
That'd be great.
In
if it was
conversation with him as I walk.
If it was the Arsenal striker, though, that would be great. Jesus just chatting with him about, you need to start scoring goals again. It's great what you're doing for the rest of the team. But I think that walking for Jesus, I like that. For my mind, it's kind of, as I walk, I try and imagine what Jesus is seeing, rather than maybe my judgmental, narrow view of things. It's saying, Jesus, open my eyes wider. For me, I'm trying to work out what it looks like for us as a family. And one thing we're thinking about is having what I've called a thank you box, so that in the week you can write notes where you want to thank someone else in the family for what they've done. And then we have a meal on our Sabbath where we all take turns reading those out.
That's so lovely.
So I think the family are warming to it, and we will do that. So if you feel excluded, you don't need to be. The book of Isaiah says everyone is included who observes the Sabbath, and Jesus takes that grace-wise a notch higher and says everyone who believes in what I've done for them is included, and Sabbath is a brilliant thing to observe. Take care, and we'll see you next week.